Morning everyone, it's Ian from DIY Home and Gardening. It's a beautiful sunny morning for a change, and I'm just sitting next to these Ranunculus, which look absolutely stunning. As the sun comes out, they will open up more, and whilst they look very exotic, they're actually same family as buttercups. Grow from a bulb or corm instead of sort of the perennial buttercup, but whilst they can go in the garden, they need a little bit of TLC to get them going. So should we go and have a look as to how I grew these? Okay, so I'm going to be doing these Ranunculus today. They look like that, although normally a lot more dried up than that. So first thing that I do, get them out of your packet, soak them in water for a couple of hours just to let them hydrate. And then once you've got them hydrated, it's worth having a look through again. And so if you've got something like that, well, that's no good. It's absolutely rubbish, so discard that, as so it won't grow. And Ranunculus can be a bit of a pain, I found, if you plant them straight into the ground, certainly around here where we got clay soil. So what I do is I start them off in pots. So these are 10.5 centimetre pots. Fill your pot about halfway up with some fresh compost, and then just fill to the top with more, just making sure it's a bit crumbly, lightly firm, and stick into the tray. Don't forget to add your label, so either write a label or if I can get it in this case, just use a card, and that way you won't forget. And because again Ranunculus can be a little bit temperamental, here they don't like the getting overly wet at certainly this sort of corm bulb stage. I'm just going to leave them potted and in the greenhouse. It's not a heated greenhouse, but if you've got just a protected sheltered area, even outside near to a wall, then leave them there. So for the time being, I'm just going to get all these potted. Well, that didn't take very long. So 17 potted and 1 discarded, and that is the Ranunculus done. And come back and have a little look when they start doing something come spring. So till then, bye for now. Okay, so a little update for you. We're 20th of January, and you can see that the Ranunculus are finally, well, a few are finally starting to show some green, just popping through the compost. And it has been very cold over the winter, this winter in particular in the UK, so it's taken a lot longer for them to pop up, but that's not a bad thing, because had they sprouted as normal, then they probably would have been outside by now, still in their pots, but and then they definitely would have got frozen. But yeah, that's the latest on those. So I've moved the Ranunculus out this morning, 20th of April, and they're not anywhere near as advanced as I would have hoped, but you can see it's in there, that they're starting to develop some flower bud. So fingers crossed they'll actually do something this year, so that would be great. Okay, so 4 months on from sowing the little corms of these Ranunculus, and they're in flower. Well, most are in flower. As you can see, the plants themselves looking a little bit weather beaten, as aside from, well, literally this afternoon, the weather has been absolutely atrocious for this whole year. Wet and windy and cold. So yeah, That's the reason really why they're so far behind where they should be. But yeah, essentially that is it. That's growing from corm stage as they came, like so, to these plants, and it is apparent that actually what's flowering doesn't quite resemble the double flowers that are showing on there, but nevertheless they are a type of ranunculus, so add a bit of colour for the garden anyway. Okay, so end of video. We've gone from planting the actual corms back in January to the point where they're at flowering stage now. Relatively straightforward, but indeed if you do have any questions then feel free to send them over to me. If you like the video and like what I'm doing, then obviously please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so that you don't miss out on future videos that I'm going to be doing. And I always say it, but it is so true. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the, well, being outside when the weather's actually nice, and trying to grow something a little bit that you wouldn't have thought of doing before, just like these. So till next time, bye for now.